One of the biggest inconveniences in Escape from Tarkov is stumbling upon a lot of great loot, spending the time to fit it all in your backpack, and then realizing you are overweight to the point that you can barely walk. Mobility is one of the most important aspects in this game, and being able to move effectively could mean the difference between life and death. So what if I told you there's a combination of 2 stims that can literally turn you into Usain Bolt and allow you to run basically forever? So today I'll be showing you guys 2 stims that give you an insane stamina boost and also help you speed level, strength, and endurance. Alright, so jumping straight into this video, today we're going to be talking about 2 stims that will allow you to run an insane distance for as long as they are active. And of course, we're going to be talking about Tramadol and SJ6. Now combined, these 2 stims will basically allow you to run across an entire map and your stamina bar will not move. The downside is you are going to use a lot of food and water. So make sure you bring that and make sure you're prepared. Now, when we take a look at both of these stims, you will notice that both of them are going to increase your max stamina and your stamina recovery. The SJ6 is going to increase your stamina by 30, and then the Tramadol is going to increase it by 10. So you're getting an extra 40 on stamina just with these 2 stims alone. And then on top of that, you're getting 10 levels to your endurance and 10 levels to your strength with the Tramadol. Now, the one downside is that both of these are pretty expensive. The Tramadol is sitting around 66k, and then the SJ6 is sitting around 60k. So you're going to spend around 100 to 120k every time you want to use this, but there are instances where using these makes sense. Another good thing is that using these while you're overweight is basically the same effect as a mule, and you're going to be able to just non-stop run until you get to your extraction. So we're going to jump into raid. I'm going to be going to Shoreline because that's going to be the best place for us to kind of see how far you can actually go with these things. All right, so this first run, we're just barely overweight, but this is essentially simulating if we were using this at the start of a raid. I'm going to pop these 2 stims. I'm going to run until they wear off, and then I will show you the effects that they have on your food and water. And then we will come back and do it again while we are overweight. All right, so as you can see, we almost ran across the entire bottom side of Shoreline. If we would have started a little bit further, we definitely would have made it all the way down to Tunnel. Just for the record, my strength and endurance are not insanely high level. Endurance is sitting around 18 and strength is sitting around 22. And as you guys can see, the entire time that we were running, our stamina bar did not drop at all unless I was jumping. And then when I was jumping, continued to sprint, it started to go back up. So before we reset and do this overweight, I just want to show you guys over here that our water is down to 26 and our food is down to 32. So if you're going to be using this, make sure you bring food and water. That way you can replenish that before you continue your raid. And one quick thing I want to mention before we do the overweight run, the most powerful way to use this would be to level your strength and endurance. For those of you that did not know, when you start a raid, you should always be sprinting out your full stamina bar because you get a bonus to your endurance and strength depending on whether you are overweight or not. If you're not overweight, you're going to be leveling endurance. If you are overweight, you're going to be leveling strength. So when you run out an entire stamina bar, you get a bonus before you start getting not as much XP for each one. So by using the Tramadol and SJ6, if you run out that entire stamina bar, you are going to be getting way more experience for endurance and strength by running out basically across the entire map and gaining a ton of XP, which I'll show you guys on the next run. If you have your air filter unit going, you're going to be gaining even more experience. So we're going to reset. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like overweight, and then I'll show you a before and after on the strength and see how much XP we got from doing it. All right, so as you can see, I've brought some stuff in. We are overweight, sitting at 51 kilograms. This is usually about the normal amount of overweight that I am on a typical raid. So we can still move, we can still run, we can still walk, all that good stuff. So before we pop the stims, let's go ahead and take a look. Our strength is level 21 and we are sitting at 95.2. I'm going to pop these two stims. We're going to run it all the way out and we're going to see what our strength is looking like. So as you can see, when you're overweight, your stamina bar is going to drain. The more overweight you are, the faster it's going to drain. But obviously it is really not that much. And again, if you were using these to level strength specifically, I would just come in barely overweight. That way you don't have the stamina bar going down like that. All right, so as you can see, we just ran out our first full stamina bar. The trim it all just wore off. Gonna regen a little bit and see what else we can get out of this SJ6. All right, so both of them have worn off. Obviously, we didn't make it as far as we did when we weren't overweight, but as you guys can see, still overweight. And if we go over to our skills tab, we are now strength level 22 and we are sitting at 7.4. So just doing that run, we gained a ton of strength XP. And obviously, as I mentioned before, in order to maximize this, I would come into a raid just barely overweight. That way you can run for way longer than we just did. And also keep in mind, I do have the air filter unit going, so I'm getting a bonus to this XP as well. All right, and just for fun, I came in with nothing. We're going to test this to see how much endurance XP we can get. We're sitting at level 18 at 22.3. I'm going to pop these stims and we are going to see how much we can level endurance. Obviously, I would not recommend coming in completely naked because scavs are going to destroy you. All right, so both stims have worn off. We made it a pretty far distance. We started all the way at Road to Customs, came all the way down the road, and we made it just about as far as we did on the very first run with just a normal kit. We're going to jump over to the skills, and as you can see, endurance went up quite a bit to 34.1. I'll put a little before and after so you guys can see it side by side. But obviously, as you can tell, using this is an insane way to level up your strength and endurance very, very quickly. It's expensive, but if you're trying to get those levels up, this is going to be the best way to do it. All right, so that is going to do it for this video on Tramadol and SJ6. Quick little recap. Using these are going to basically give you unlimited stamina unless you are very overweight. If you're overweight, your stamina bar will drop, but it is going to be very, very slow. The heavier you are, the faster your stamina bar will drop. If you're going to use this, make sure you bring food and water because it is absolutely going to tank them. And arguably the best part about using this combo, if you come in underweight, run this. Run a full stamina bar out, you are going to gain massive experience points for endurance. Same thing goes for strength. Come in a little overweight, run the stamina bar all the way out, and you are going to get a massive amount of strength experience. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys learned something. I've kind of never really been the type of guy that goes out of my way to level skills. Kind of just do it naturally as I play the game, but I think at this point, in order to get these a little bit higher, I'm probably going to start running this every single raid just to level those faster. And obviously I have my air filtering unit going, so that is helping out a ton. I believe I'm getting a 48% bonus on that. Let me double check. Yep, 48% bonus using the air filtering unit. Running the air filtering unit, running these two stims, running out an entire stamina bar at the beginning of every raid is going to level endurance and strength incredibly fast. But anyways, that's gonna do it. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. If you have a better method, be sure to drop it down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.